Now my viewers will be really angry if I don't ask you about Minnal Murali too. Any update on that?
Uh,
So I got hello guys, I'm Nona Prince and I got a chance to interview Basil Joseph for his upcoming film MaranaMass, and it was lovely talking to him. So many things I could ask, and I had a short time but I tried my best to ask him as much as possible, and he answered so well. So check that interview out, and hopefully you also enjoy it as much as I did, and do stick around for that rapid fire. Hello sir, first of all thank you for this interview. Very excited to talk about your new film, as well as a lot of things I want to ask you. I know it's been a long busy day, so I'll keep it very short. First of all, I just want to talk about the last 2 years, where in 2024 you had 3 films as a leading actor and 2 films as a supporting actor, and in this year itself this will be the third release. How much extra days you have in a year than normal human beings?
it's been very exhausting actually. It's been quite a hectic 2-3 years. So just I do quite a lot of work. That's why.
Keep at it, sir. We are looking forward to more.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, thank you.
So coming to MaranaMass, I'm pronouncing it right?
Yeah,
Okay, great.
MaranaMass.
Yes. So I just saw the Civic Sense video that came out, and it looks very crazy. The film is out on April 10th, and I'm very excited to check it out. But I want to know from you, what was it that attracted you to this film?
It's basically the crew. Actually, Shiva Prasad, the director of the film, actually have worked as an assistant director in Minnal, Murali. So we were together for quite a lot of time. And also, this film is produced by very close friend Tovino. So
Yeah.
that's the most exciting thing of the film. And also, the idea was very interesting actually. Dark comedy with a lot of satire and sarcasm, a lot of pop culture involved in it. It's like a spoof-driven film, but at the same time, it's not a complete spoof film. Very exaggerated, funny film actually, like the teaser you have seen,
Yeah.
and also the trailer, which is also very exaggerated, very funny trailer also. So the movie also has something like similar traits in terms of its storytelling. It's not that grounded, realistic kind of a film. It's very over the top kind of a film. So I thought let's do something very crazy in that aspect as well. So was excited for all these factors actually.
I think the more crazy thing is that look, which is just behind you. How was that
Yeah.
achieved?
It's just they have colored the hair. That's it. It's just they wanted something. The character was a little over the top. He's like someone who posts police station ka photo in OLX saying this police station is for sale because it's of no good use.
Yeah.
So that kind of a guy he is. So it's very crazy guy. So and he's also Sigma male.
Yeah.
That's what he is saying about himself. He's also a rider who drives a CT100 renamed as Luke. Luke is his name. So something which looks like Duke, but it's named Luke. The colors and everything looks like Duke, but he's driving a very basic CT100. But something very crazy guy. So he is wearing jacket of his own photo attached to it, and he wears all these crazy T-shirts and everything. So he's a very crazy guy. So that hair color actually adds that flavor, that layer to that character. So they wanted, actually the crew wanted the colors to be different. In a single song itself, they wanted 5 colors for the hair, like purple, green, red, and everything. But they are experimenting it on my hair, so I couldn't do it because coloring hair takes a lot of your hair actually.
Yeah.
So we thought stick to one hair only. So it's happening in a single night kind of a story. After a certain point, dark comedy. It's not just about this single character. Also, it's not just about the Luke, this guy. It's not like hero's journey or anything.
Okay.
It's a combination of all these actors. It's their adventure all together. Not this guy's story alone. It's not like a character-driven story or anything. So it's a single night adventure of all these fellows together.
Okay.
How they overcome all these hurdles,
Right.
kind of a space.
I want to ask you about your acting process, because is it like you prepare a lot, or you just go on set and see how it comes naturally to you?
It's a mix of both actually. Certain characters, if it is written so in depth, so much of in depth, or it's much more layered or anything like that. So it requires a lot of kind of process which you need to be worked on. Certain films, you just go with your instincts kind of a space. So it depends on the character, how it is written, how it is played, and everything. If you say Ponman, for example, it's a character that needed a lot of homework and everything
Yeah.
to get into the skin of the character. So that required quite a lot of internalizing the character and its emotions and everything. So you have to play genuinely how that character feels and everything from your own. It should come from the heart, kind of a space. So it was internalized in that way. And also Pravangood Chapu character as a police police officer. I've not done something like that, and I've not even tried a uniform on me myself before. So it was the first time I was wearing a police uniform myself. So I had to convince myself, my body language and everything to be a cop and everything. So it shouldn't look like a typical cop kind of a mannerism. Also the director also had so much of feedbacks and everything, so he's also like kind of a local Sherlock Holmes kind of a cop. So many detailing was there and everything, so that needed a little bit of but certain characters, maybe a fun driven film, maybe movies like Guruvayur Ambalanadayil, it just goes with your instinct because the character is just not so deep and all. It's just it's a funny character. You just have to go with the visual humor or the counter humor or things like that. It's not something like you have to go into the depth of the character or anything like that. So that there you just go with your instinct and play out to your strengths more than going deeper or anything like that. So it doesn't require that. So that's like playing for the gallery, like kind of a space, because it's a very commercial film. So depends on the film and the characters, how it is written and what the directors ask for. It's all a mix of everything actually.
I feel like when I see your performances, I see this honesty with your character, that it doesn't look like that you are trying to be hilarious or you're trying to be very dramatic. It's just natural. It could be in any film. So just the genre, tell you how to perform, or you just perform the character and let the director take care of how to, portray it, if it's making it a comedy or a drama.
So all depends on the writing actually. If the situation and the writing favors you, I think you don't need to push so much for the humor or anything like that. You just be in the character. You just don't try desperate for humor or anything. It's all about how you play that situation. If the writing favors you so much, then you can go to any extent in terms of the loudness or anything like that. Even if you go to the extreme, you don't feel like loud at all because the situation favors you quite a lot. It's like such a desperate situation. The character can go crazy at that point of a kind of a space. Then you have the liberty of going to a very loud zone. It's all up to the writers and directors and how they want that scene to be taken. So you just play with their requirements actually.
Coming to Tovino, you have directed him, you have acted with him, and now he is producing your film when you are acting. So does the relationship in that role changes, or is just you are just friends coming together and working?
It's just friends coming together as working. I've never seen him as a producer, or he never seen me as someone who is working for him or anything like that. It's just fun. He also doesn't come to set quite often or anything. He just comes occasionally and have fun. We'll all have fun together, chat and chill, and he goes back to the thing. So there is no... He makes fun of me as a producer, that's it. If I ask for something to drink or anything, hey, don't give him too much of expense from this actor. So such mockeries are all there. But other than that, it's nothing serious or anything. So it was fun actually. I've never seen as someone like that kind of a professional space. So we are like friends only, making films together. That's it.
So I have a Malayali friend, and he is a big fan of your work. And he wanted me to ask this question to you, that your journey from leaving your job at Infosys and coming to films, and his question was, did you feel that fear, that how did you overcome that and took that leap of faith?
There was always the uncertainty of leaving a comfortable job and going to something else, for sure, like anybody else. Even the family was also very uncertain. How they also never knew how the movie industry is, and they have never seen anyone from movie industry before, so they don't know how this industry works or anything. They have seen only the glamorous people there. They were also unsure how I'll find a space or anything But at that age, that's the only age you can have that kind of aggressiveness in your choices also. Like later on, if you're stuck with EMIs or family or kids or such responsibilities, you don't have the liberty of taking such risk or choices in your life. So I was at that age then, like 22, 23 kind of a space where it's like that aggressiveness can be made at your career of like taking a good choice and then let's think about it later. So the best thing I personally did was I didn't think too much if I fail or anything like that. It's just let's do this and then think about it later kind of a space. So that actually have worked. That actually had happened. So thanks to my friends, family, my then girlfriend, now wife, Elizabeth, and everyone who supported me at that point of time to give that confidence, saying, hey, let's do this. Let's just go ahead. Let's deal with it later. That kind of confidence from everyone around me like gave me the confidence for me also to take that kind of a choice.
When you came in, did you have an idea I want to direct, I want to act, or you just wanted to be in the films?
I just wanted to be an entertainer actually. I don't know which medium I could entertain people. I used to be that guy at school and college and everywhere, just that guy who will be on the stage all the time for everything. Even if you have not signed for it, you will be on stage. Even if you don't know singing, you will be on stage singing. Even if you don't know to dance, you will be there on the stage dancing. So I used to go for everything I could, just like that. So I wanted to entertain people. So I wanted to make people happy around me. So even if you are a group of friends hanging out, I'll be the one sitting at the center telling all these stories and everything, or like making fun of people, or them making fun of me, like things like that. So that's always been there, the guy in the middle. But I didn't know which medium should I entertain people. I always knew I wanted to entertain people. So at some point, somehow figured out, okay, movie is being a film director could be the medium I could entertain films. So that's when I decided to make short films. That short films were not so trending at that time when I made short films. So it got noticed among the people here because of Facebook, YouTube, and everything was just booming, and like broadband, everything was like getting popular, and people were getting access to quite a lot of video streaming and everything back then. So my short film worked, and that's why I got into films, and that gave me also the confidence that okay, I can direct. I didn't know technically or anything related to filmmaking or anything. It's just a story telling instinct, just like you are telling the story in the middle of a group of friends. You always have the knack of telling good stories to your friends, like very entertainingly, even if some real whatever happened at that day, this happened and this guy, that kind of storytelling, so that instincts and humor and everything were blended into storytelling. It's just purely based on instinct and the movies you have seen during your childhood, and it's the film culture that have influenced us. So only after making short films, and I figured out, okay, this is the way to move forward, and that's how I just went on to becoming an assistant director to Vineet Srinivasan. Then I went on to make a movie, and then I started putting all the effort into learn the technicalities of screenwriting, camera, all those things and everything. I mean, basic technicalities only I knew from my first film, but in the process only I started learning. Then I got more excited and got the biggest excitement learning a film than doing a film. So that's where I got the sweet spot of learning. I just got the high of learning movies at some point. So that's the best comfortable position for me to learn films, to watch, to explore films, to read about films, to read about directors, to read about their techniques and tools of filmmaking, to read their background stories, to read the behind the scenes stories. So that got me excited more than even making a film. That somewhere I found it to be very exciting, that academic thing in you got implemented in your favorite position. So I was very I was doing good in academics during my school time and everything. College mate got spoiled and all, but for school, I was a good student, like always in the first 10 or something in terms
Okay.
of ranking and everything. So that academic interest and everything finally got a position to look forward to. I went for electrical engineering, but that didn't excite me academically. I went to the IT company, that also didn't excite me academically. But somewhere that academic curiosity finally found a sweet spot in as a filmmaker, as a film student. So I try to learn all by myself through all this. Internet gives you a lot of opportunities to learn your craft. So I just made use of it
Okay.
to learn my own craft, to improve.
You know what I admire about you, not apart from your performances, is that the choices you make. Like we have this idea of a hero is always the right guy in the film, or he'll do the right thing, or by the end he'll become the right guy. But you have done films like Jai 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 Hey, even MaranaMass, it looks like you are not playing the right guy. Even Sukshama Darshini, so how do you, like, is it difficult, or is it like very instinctive for you to do such roles? Because from outside, when we see heroes, like they just want to do the right role, they want to build a brand about themselves. Like, how do you go through it?
I don't think too much about those things. I just see how the story is, how the screenplay is, how the filmmaker have the conviction, the director how much clarity is having about the story, about the characters, about the genre of the film, how he is going to position that film. That's it. It's not about how your screen space or how much you can build yourself or your profile or anything. I just wish to be a part of a good film. That's the only thing I look forward as an actor. And my character should also somewhat contribute to that plot. It shouldn't be like, even if you take away my character from that film, the plot should go to, then I'm not required for that kind of a film.
Yeah.
But if my character is someone who is driving that plot, then definitely, and the idea is exciting, and if it is engaging enough for a 2.5 hour screenplay space, you shouldn't also get too excited about just the idea itself. The idea should also stick to the screens for the entire length of the film. So there should be more better and bigger ideas on top of the great idea. So that way, just choose the stories and ideas. That's it. I prefer not to build anything on my own as a profile or anything. Just be part of good films, and then slowly you will have a good profile for sure. Filmography. Just be part of good films, successful films.
And I think that's the reason they work, because your role always stands out, even if whatever you're doing, even if we hate you as a character, it's still, you are memorable. We remember you for that. First, I think I discovered you in Joji, acting, and then I saw your directorial work also. So how do you balance acting and direction? I know you have said that now you'll take a break from acting and get into direction. You have to direct few films. So how do you balance that?
Now, getting a profile bigger as an actor is actually, it's very difficult then to balance both actually. Until then, it was more direction than acting. Acting was more of a part-time stint actually. But then when this slowly started getting bigger and more responsible, and movies getting noticed, then it's very difficult now to manage both actually, to be frank, as a director as well as an actor. That's when, like, personally I feel like I should also sometimes have to get back to learning process, everything. Like, only when you're directing though, you have the kind of routine, the timelines you wish you have kind of under your control. When you are acting or anything, it's like you're driving in someone else's timelines and schedules and everything. You have to be responsible for the movie you're doing. It's part of your brain actually, the entire, even if it's a small role or a big role, you have to find some time for that also. So the creative space as a director doesn't find so much of time at that point of time, because it's too responsible to be an actor also. So that's when you don't find time enough for a direction kind of a space. And the kind of films I aspire as a director is also is very ambitious and big in terms of its scale or the kind of plots and scale and everything. So it needs quite a lot of time in terms of writing, planning, and everything. So, and also it's the kind of actors or things like that, it's also not under your control, because you're trying to get like big actors, and so their schedules are also not in your control. So you have to like adjust my timelines as an actor sometimes to balance both.
Yeah.
So I think there should be a break between them. I mean, like when you are acting, you shouldn't direct. When you are directing, you shouldn't act. Somewhere or the other, it should be managed. But at the same time, as an actor, also after Punman and all these films, like bigger films, like bigger filmmakers, like things are happening as an actor also. But
Yeah.
you have to find a choice of what you have the priority now and how to move forward. You have to take harsh choices at that point of time. But thank God, but it's both are good at a good space.
Does when you are on the set as an actor, does the director comes out anytime? Oh, maybe the lighting should be a bit different, or we should take this scene differently?
No, actually. And I'm not that kind of a technical kind of a guy to recommend in terms of lighting or the camera angles or anything like that. As a director also, I'm more focused on the telling stories and emotions than the kind of too much of technicalities and everything. The director or such instinct comes only while during the planning or writing stages only. When you listen to a script from a filmmaker and you discuss with them, then they might come back again later with some. So such discussions happen. There you have the opportunity to tell your inputs and everything, feedbacks and everything. So there you have the opportunity to have that discussion between the filmmaker, because they are also at the comfortable space of not getting too much of pressure from anyone like producers or anything, because we are not driving in any timelines or anything. So
yeah,
at prep and writing space, you have good space of having a discussion for sure. But during the shoot, it's not fair to go to a director and say like this is not working, why don't you do this, why don't you do that, because on the set you are working under so much of pressure with timelines and deadlines and charts and schedules and weather, so many things which are in your control and beyond your control.
Yeah.
So it's not fair to go to that kind of a space. So you always should be that person who just be an actor only, to just do what your director wants you to do. So I also relate myself with that space because when I am directing, when an actor comes to me and say, hey, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? I don't think this is working.
Yeah.
And even if you have done so much of prep and pre-production, like planning, storyboards, everything, but on the set, if someone is saying something, you might get confused also. Oh, it's not working, because it's all depending on the judgments you are having on the set, actually, the instincts. If the shot is okay or not, if you want one more, that shot is okay. If this is what you want, are you just compromising yourself? Have you reached the quality you wanted? Things like that are happening because of the circumstances around and everything. It's a very complicated space, but based on your judgment only, that crew will move on to the next shot or next scene or next location. Judgments happen, so such decisions happen. So it's all depending on your one call. Okay, let's go forward. That requires a lot of focus and concentration and conviction and things like that. So at that point, when it is getting confused and things getting distracted, so it really do affects the mindset, actually, the psychologically also, even if you are well prepped at that point of time. So it's a very difficult point to be, actually. So always so as an actor, I always prefer not to get into anything like that. And also the director have come with a lot of prep and everything, been thinking about the film for like years and everything. Then you are just into that film for just a couple of weeks. So your judgment might be always wrong, actually, at that point, because the director had thought about that film enough for sure. So only if you are feeling like it is really getting out of hand or it's not at all working, then you might have just ask a question or something, but you have the correct justification or anything like a proper answer, then just okay, fine, let's go forward. Like only if it is very much out of the space, kind of a space. Other than that, always prefer to be good director's actor.
Now my viewers will be really angry if I don't ask you about Minnal Murali too. Any update on that?
No updates yet actually. So I'm working on another film right now. So
Okay.
we'll surely come back to Minnal Murali too for sure soon.
And you're also part of the Tamil film Parasakti. I'm guessing it's your first, introduction to Tamil cinema. How was that experience?
I cannot talk about it actually.
Okay. It's okay. I get it. Let's wrap it up with a rapid fire. What was more fun shooting? Which of your 3 directorial films? Kunni Ramayana, Goda, and Minnal Murali.
Kunni Ramayana.
Oh, nice. Because it was so many people and
So many
also
friends
the
were
first film.
associated with the film, and also you don't have the pressure, expectations or pressure or anything. You have
Yeah.
nothing to lose in that film. But other films, you have so much of expectations and budget and everything are there because you have so much to
Yeah.
lose then. But Kunni Ramayanam had nothing to lose. Just go and enjoy. That's it. And it was a very small film.
Great. I love that film.
Thank you.
Among the 3, which was the most challenging to shoot?
For sure, Minnal Murali.
With all those stunt sequences and everything, right? VFX.
It's a superhero film.
Yeah. Now, as an actor, which genre would you prefer? Comedy or drama? If you had to choose one.
I love actually comedy with a drama. The character should also have
Okay.
drama involved in their journey, but also if we can do comedy, I think that's the best place to be actually. Just comedy alone the character might not have kind of a depth, maybe.
Yeah.
Just surface level character, but you're just playing the visual humor and counter comedies alone. But for sake of, just drama alone can also make it look less commercial maybe. That's not what people like nowadays. People come to theater either to watch spectacles or comedy or some genre films. So maybe a mix of both. A hero's journey is filled with humor, drama, all those moments and everything. Then more fun actually as an actor.
Horror or romance?
Romance.
Okay. I would like to see a full-on romantic film with you. Thriller or historical?
Historical.
Oh, nice. Now, I'll ask you about your favorite films, but I want answers about non-Malayalam films. Okay? Your favorite comedy film?
Comedy film. Okay. Soodagav.
Which one?
Soodagav. It's a Tamil film by Nalan Kumaraswamy.
Okay. Your favorite action film?
Favorite action film? Non-Malayalam film, right? Favorite is always very tricky. So many films comes to my mind actually. I think Die Hard.
Your favorite romantic film?
Romantic film. Alai Payude. It's again Tamil film. Mani Sir's.
Favorite thriller?
Favorite though, I think it's 7.
Oh, nice. Your favorite actor?
Non-Malayali actor. Like you have to be also Indian names though for sure. I love Shah Rukh Khan, SRK.
And favorite director?
Indian director though it's Mani Sir, Mani Ratnam.
Anyone from Hollywood?
Spielberg.
Any underrated film which you really liked, but not many people have seen or
Underrated
liked
film.
it?
Just now I saw the Super Boys of Malegaon.
Malegaon, yeah,
It's a wonderful film, but I think it did underperform, I guess. I really do wish people should have more to the theaters for such films. Such indie films should also work, I think, for the sake of the industry. The kind of stories which also have to be told, not just the spectacles. Such films should also have worked for sure. So that's a big disappointment that it didn't work as it deserved at the box office. I saw it on first day itself. Because the trailer was good and the movie was brilliant actually. I had tears watching that film towards the climax and all.
Wow.
So I really do wish actually.
I think a film about filmmaking is always really close to heart.
Yeah, for sure. The green mat and everything in the climax, no? Then you have seen that film?
No, I missed it. It didn't release near me.
Okay.
So last 2 questions. These are the hardest ones. Acting or direction, if you have to choose one?
That's not hard. That's direction.
Oh, nice. Okay, this will be hard. The last one. Are you ready? You have to choose one.
Mohanlal or
Mamuka or
Mammootty,
Lalita? I'm kidding. No, you don't need to answer that.
Okay.
And that was it. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for this interaction, and all the best. You have a good day, and all the best for the film. Really looking forward to it.
Thank you so much.
And
I've
whenever you're
seen-
coming to Goa, sir,
Yes.
do let me give a chance to host you.
Yeah, I've seen your videos. You go very deep into the films, and I've seen your videos before for like Minnal, Murali, and all those films. I think really do all the best for your upcoming
Thank you.
whatever your ambitions
Thank you,
are.
sir.
I think you are a film. You want to make films, I guess.
Yes, sir. One day, definitely.
Yeah, all the best for that.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
And that was it. I had such a good time, talking to him, and it was technically a lot of things going on behind the scenes, but we did it, and it was super fun. I hope you enjoyed it too. Let me know your thoughts about it in the comments below. Did I do a good job? I do a lot of reactions to it, but finally I did the interview too. Let me know that. You can check out my other interview here with the director of ARM, and I will see you next time.